Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. The enchiladas most of us know are probably the Tex-Mex version with wheat tortillas, covered in spicy tomato sauce and cheese, and baked in the oven. Today, however, I will be visiting Mexico to try enchiladas rojas. These enchiladas are a bit different, and definitely closer to what enchiladas used to be, simply corn tortillas dipped in chili sauce. So let's see how to make them. First of all, the chili sauce. These are dried Guajillo chilies, and they're not exactly easy to find. I got mine online, and they can also be found in Mexican delis. If you can't find them, an excellent substitute is ancho chili. It has a very similar flavor, and it can also be found in some supermarkets. Otherwise, chipotle chili is hotter, particularly if you're using chipotle paste like this one. Plus, it contains sugar and vinegar, which I feel alter the overall taste a bit. To sum it up, if you can't find either Guajillo or ancho, I guess that your best bet might be to make a sauce with a couple of blended bell peppers and a couple of tablespoons of smoked paprika. So I've opened and removed the seeds from 6 Guajillo chilies. I also removed the white part or pith. Now I'm going to transfer them to a saucepan with boiling water, where I'll let them soften up on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm also going to cook a chicken breast in 1 liter of chicken stock. I'll let it simmer for about 15 minutes. When it's ready, I'll remove it, but I'll preserve the stock. And once the chicken breast has cooled down, I'm going to shred it. Since the Guajillo chilies are also ready, I'm going to blend them with 1 onion and a garlic clove. As you can see, the chilies have rehydrated. I'm going to use a bit of their water, as I think it adds some extra flavor to the sauce, but some people discard it as they find it bitter. So if that's the case, you can also replace it with regular water or chicken stock. I'm going to run the food processor for a couple of minutes, just to make sure the sauce is smooth enough. If it isn't, sometimes I even sieve it after blending it, but it doesn't look like there are any large bits of chili this time. At this point, I transfer this puree to a saucepan. Then I add approximately a tablespoon of vegetable oil, half a glass of chicken stock, and half a teaspoon of salt. I'll let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, adding more stock if needed. And now, let's talk about cheese. The typical choice is quesofresco, otherwise Oaxaca. I managed to get this one from a local Mexican deli, while I couldn't find Oaxaca this time. It's truly delicious, and it's theoretically also quite easy to make at home, but otherwise it's hard to find a substitute with the same delicate flavor and a soft yet crumbly texture. Feta cheese is much saltier, and so are both this Lancashire that I decided to try to compare, and this Colombian cheese called costeño. So if you want to obtain something similar to queso fresco, an idea might be to combine feta cheese with twaroג. Anyway, I've grated and crumbled the whole block, but I'm only going to use about 100 grams of it. Now the Guajillo sauce is thickened, and it only needs another pinch of salt. I'm all set to cook the enchiladas, so I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil to a non-stick pan, and I'm going to set the hob on low heat. Then I'm going to dip a corn tortilla in the sauce, coating both sides, and I'm going to fry it for 15 to 20 seconds per side. It's important to note that these are corn tortillas and not wheat tortillas like in Tex-Mex enchiladas. They're smaller, but also more fragile, so cooking them without breaking them is always kinda challenging. Right after flipping them, I add some of the shredded chicken. Then I carefully fold them around it, and I remove them from the pan. Instead of chicken, you can also fill them with cheese and onion, potatoes and onion, or minced beef. Or I guess you can leave them as they are, to be true to the original way to eat them. I'm halfway through the 12 corn tortillas I have, and I can see that I'll need to add some extra vegetable oil before I keep frying the remaining tortillas. And it's finally time to assemble the dish. I'm I'm going to top the enchiladas with some queso fresco, some lettuce, and then Mexican crema or sour cream. Enchiladas rojas are often served with spicy tomato salsa, but I'm not going to add it because I want this dish to be all about the smoky Guajillo sauce and the delicate queso fresco. And here it is. Such a well-balanced and tasty dish, and colorful too. I feel that the mild flavor of queso fresco makes you appreciate the Guajillo sauce even more, but you can use a stronger type of cheese if you want. The only regret is using this thing, branded as Mexican crema, that I decided to try. Definitely go for fresh sour cream instead. I used it in the past and it was so much better. These ones actually are enchiladas rojas that I made with the chipotle sauce I showed you earlier, mixed with 1 fresh tomato and a tablespoon of tomato paste. I basically made both sauces on that occasion so that I could easily compare the results. That time, I garnished them both with feta cheese and sour cream. The chipotle sauce version was definitely spicier, but it also lacked the smokiness and the natural sweetness of the Guajillo sauce. Nevertheless, it was still pretty good. So, what do you think about these enchiladas? Are you going to try them? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So, where are we going next?